name is Mike Lynch from CDL Southern Pennsylvania. We're going to do maple cream and maple candy today, some maple confections. So right here we have a maple candy machine. Two parts to it. We actually have the drive, the motor, and then we have the actual worm, which is what makes the cream, or the candy. And then behind us we have the maple cream machine. Now, maple creams and confections are something that some people struggle with, some do well with. It's a matter of time and experience. So it's all about the cooking temperatures. So we're starting out with a syrup. We started cooking in our pig pan from our candy machine. Notice it's just 80 some degrees. A nice light syrup in there. We've done several batches, literally we've just done one batch after the next with this actual cooking. So looking at maple cream, maple candy, things we want to think about is what syrup do we want to use. And the main thing to do with syrup is we want to try to stay with an early season syrup. Something before a hot spell where the invert sugars haven't changed. Now if you want to check your invert sugars, go to Cornell. They have some practical ways to do it. Me, I prefer to stick to the second run through heat spell, lighter syrups, not light from the end of the season, but before a hot spell, early season amber syrups. We've even made it with dark, but I tend to stick with amber for taste. You'll see a lot of light syrups out there, delicates made into candy that make it look white. We specialize in more of an amber style. We're after a little bit heavier taste. So if you have a syrup that tastes fine, you can make some great candy. If you have something with an off flavor, avoid it. Anything with an off flavor, when you take this, we make it into candy, we're going to have 7 to 8 pounds of candy or cream. When we're done, we've took a whole gallon and we've concentrated. If you have an off flavor, it will carry right through your candy, and your customers will be disappointed with it. So that's one thing to watch out for. So we put this on a high burn. We're going to heat it. Wouldn't necessarily put it on the hottest setting. I like to use propane because it's adjustable. We can increase or decrease the heat. The second thing we're going to do is we use a little bit of defoamer. Now some people will use a vegetable oil or a butter. We stick with commercial defoamer just because of allergies. So we'll actually put a drop on the side. If it boils up, it will actually touch it. That way we don't have to worry about the pan blowing over. It's just like any batch of syrup. If you turn your back, it starts heating, it will cook over, especially at the lower temperatures, so you get some of that water and moisture out of it. So we're going to leave this cook. Maple candy, I like to be about 246 degrees. Now we're in Pennsylvania on the mountains, elevation of over 2,000 feet. So we're running about 32 to 34 degrees above the boiling point of water. What I will tell you is you need to find your own number. I have people that are close by that actually are a degree higher or lower than we are for making candy. But our number seems to work for us, 246 degrees. The only time that needs to change is if we have extremely heavy humidity in the air. Anybody that does confections knows it is difficult with high humidity, rain, etc. to make candy. Sometimes that's not possible, so we'll actually increase a half a degree or a degree. The other thing is if you have a climate controlled environment, let's say a refrigerated or an air conditioned kitchen that keeps the moisture out, you'll be successful. Humidity is a big factor in making confections. So we'll take this to 246 and we'll prepare to get ready for our candy. Now before we start making the candy, just show you a little bit. This candy machine actually comes apart for washing. Most of the time, once we do the initial wash, good hot waters, clean it right up. Put this in, and we actually have splines on the end. We can actually put it right into the machine, and then we will attach it at the base. The nice thing about this is you actually have 3 contact points. on this machine versus the older ones where you just have one with a pivot point. What that allows you to do is to get it tighter. So we have our candy machine together. Like I said, there's 3 screws to hold it together. 2 top, 1 on the bottom, splines in. And the other thing is our molds. So we've had these molds 5, 6, 7 years, some of them longer. Some of them are 1/4 ounce, some are 1/3 ounce. We even have 1 ounce ones. Little trick for doing this at home, we actually cut our molds up. Use a piece of plexiglass cut just to lay it right on. Gives us smaller molds to actually run under the machine instead of trying to do these big flats. Sometimes your arms get tired and it becomes a little more difficult. Okay, we're at 244, 245 degrees. Look at the bubbles. We're going to go ahead and shut it off. Let it cool a minute. Get ready to put it in. I'm going to put in a little bit of water, just chill it down, speed up so it's not actually boiling when we put it into the candy. You can go directly up there if you let it sit for a little bit. You have to be very careful that it doesn't, as it changes through the pan, bubble up over the front of it and run out. The other thing is to be very careful because, again, syrup is at 245, 246 degrees. It's very hot. So if you get it on yourself, it will stick. I recommend some gloves. Something like that is always worthwhile to use. You notice that it's gone down from a boil to almost no boil. That's what we're looking for. It's just a little trick that we've used over the years a little bit. Okay, we're going to go put this into the candy machine. Okay. Start feeding in here. Notice how light and syrupy colored it looks. We're going to fill that trough up. That'll actually heat things up. Shut it off here in a second. Gonna let it stir. We're looking for a change in the syrup, so you can actually see it building onto the actual screw. You see it. We're going to actually start a little bit coming in behind it, and we're going to sample it. And notice the slight coloration, cloudiness in the syrup that wasn't there in regular syrup. So, pretty much right there on the verge of being candy. Several ways to do this. Some people will open and shut with every mold. Some people will actually open it, slide it across. You can actually set a board up under it if you want to do it on a table. So what we did is it slowed down as it's coming in. We'll just give it a little bit more speed. You can either set it to be coming in and going out at the same speed, or we can batch it where we put a group together, put a bunch of syrup in there, let it work, run it all out till it's empty and start over. Got to be flexible. Every batch is going to act a little bit different. These are a little bit too full, but trying to talk and do this at the same time sometimes lose concentration. Again, notice it's just cloudy going in. It almost looks like syrup. These will set up. It takes some time to get used to it. If you let it sit up too much, it will actually make candy in the trough, which will jam it up. Just clean it, start over again. Don't panic. No two batches always act the same. I like to keep a lot of the same syrups. Find a barrel I like, put some back, use that syrup to make my candies. Again, you get 7 or 8 pounds of candy out of that gallon of syrup. Each one of these pieces here is 1/3 of an ounce. Market them individually, or you can do it by weight. If you look in there, you can actually see it getting thicker in that trough. And so if you let it go too far, it's not going to come out. Never put anything into the candy machine. So it does get super thick and you need to open the hole where you're making your candy. Good idea to flip the switch off while you clean it out. Then turn it right back on before it seizes up. If you get a knife or something in there, it will cause damage to the machine and possibly yourself. That's a pretty consistent flow in and out. You will get, you see that's some of these have gotten overfilled a little bit. You get to doing other things, not concentrating on this, you can tend to do that. Need to be good and dry. So if you wash them, let them sit for at least a day. Air drying, that way they're completely dry. Otherwise you'll get more spots in your candy. Have problems with them coming out. I said the 1/4 pound is a little more difficult. Here we are with that. A little smaller, so trying to keep the machine flowing. This method here works better for the small ones. Crack it a little bit. When you're done, you can scrape the candy off before you pop them out of the molds. I like them to be cold when you pop them out, half hour. comes out as one piece. If it's warm, it'll tend to crumble.